everybody, it's Tuppence and welcome back to my channel. So this week I am going to be making a ghost wreath. I've got this coaster mould and I'm just going to use it for the outside ring. That's going to be the basis of my wreath. I'm also going to use some UV resin to make the entire project. I've got some glitter because you definitely need sparkle on Halloween. And I've got some paper. This is just copy paper and I'm going to use that with an inkjet printer. And this is a clear sticker paper and I'm going to be using this with a laser printer. It is also for an inkjet printer, but for the purposes of this I'm going to be using it with a laser printer. So let me show you how I make a ghost wreath. So to start, I need to go over to the computer and choose the shape of the ghosts that I want. I'm in Affinity Designer and this is a file full of SVG ghosts which I got from Creative Fabrica. So I'm going to choose one of the ghosts that I want to use, and I love this cute little guy. I'm going to right click copy and then I'm going to go to a new A4 document and I'm going to paste that in. I'm just turning him round by rotating that handle, and this is a node tool. I don't want these eyes, so I'm going to select all of those nodes and delete them. And I'm going to grab just the bottom part of the body and I'm going to hold on one of the square nodes and pull it down so that I make his body longer. This will give me a little bit more room and I'll be able to fit more of the image in. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose as many ghosts as I want to use, and I'll just repeat the procedure. Now I have my 3 ghosts. I've already added one image and I'm going to show you how I did that. So I've got my file open full of lots of lovely images, also from Creative Fabrica, and I'm just going to drag one onto my canvas top. This is my workspace in Affinity Designer, and I'll drag a few over so that I can have a look at the ones that I want. Now they come in pretty huge, so I'm just going to move them around and I'll resize them. Just drag the corner and I'll make it small enough to fit in the ghost. So I'm going to lay that image over the top of the ghost I want to put it in, until it covers most of it, but not all. And then in the layers panel, my ghost is path 7. I'm going to drag that blue layer on top of path 7 and it will clip it into the ghost so that it fills it. I just need to repeat that process with the other one. So it is path 16. I will move my image over the top, get it positioned, drag the image on top of path 16 in the panel, and there we go. All I have to do now is to resize them, and I'm going to make them about 5 centimeters, and then I can duplicate them and print my sheet out. I'm going to be using a colour laser printer and I'm going to print this onto a clear sticker paper. Alright, here are 3 of my image printed, and as I say, I used a clear sticker paper, but you can use a laser transparency. Just need to make sure that it is for lasers if that's what you're using, and the technique I'm doing will only work with lasers. So I've just put this box on here to help keep this flat, and now I'm going to coat this with the UV resin. I'm just going to fill in the shape of the ghost. So I'll put a good blob in the middle, and then I'm going to use the silicone tool and try and outline the ghost first. That way hopefully it will stop the resin from spreading anywhere I don't want it to. Because the paper has a tendency to curl, I'm holding it flat with my hand and I'm just using that box on the other side to keep it flat. This is more important once I've actually tried to cure it, but obviously I don't want the resin running around. So I'm trying to keep it as flat as I can. And once I've filled all this in, I'll use my UV lamp to cure it. And then I'm going to repeat the process and layer it again. Okay, that's had 2 layers now. So I'm going to very gently bend this. And the resin should peel away from the sheet. And it should take that design with it. So I'm just going to do it really carefully in case there are any thin bits. I don't want to crack the resin. Okay, it doesn't feel like it wants to come off of this bit. It's sticking a little bit there. So I'm going to try further along. I'll just try another side and that might come off then. If the resin starts to bend, that means it's too thin. So I would need to add a little bit more. But I'm just going to try another side. And if I can get that going, there you go. I should be able to carry on and it will pop off and bring the design with it. So just gently peel the rest of it off
And there we go. I have my design and my ghost shape. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So it needs a little bit of a clean up. There are some overspill and jaggy edges, and I'm just going to remove those with a pair of scissors. You can also use a nail file. So I'll try and clean up as best I can. It's not too bad. You can improve your chances by actually cutting out the design first, and then the resin doesn't have anywhere to go. But because the sticker paper was pretty bendy, it does mean you're going to get, it's very hard to keep it flat if you do that. Alright, so now I need to give him a face. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to use a Sharpie marker just to put the face in. I could have printed it in, but I didn't want the face that was actually on there. I just wanted it slightly smaller and a different shape. So I'll just fill that in. It looks really cute. So you can see the design pretty well against the white of my mat, but you can't really see it very well. And it does need protecting. This is the actual print. So I'm going to cover this on the back with some UV resin, and I've got some of this iridescent powder. I've also mixed it with a golden Aurora powder. So I'm going to add a little bit more UV resin to that, because I used this on another project. And then I can mix that up, and I'm going to give this another coat on the back. And obviously this is going to not only strengthen it, but it will protect that image, and it will also make it a little bit more visible from the front. We put him up on a silicone cup, and then I just need to coat this again. Well, that's all cured now, and I'm just going around the edges with a nail file to remove any of the rough areas and refine the shape. And also some of the points are a little bit sharp, so I'm just taking those back, knocking them back, making everything nice and smooth. And now I can give this a top coat on the front. This will help to thicken it, to round it, and it's also going to allow me to add a little bit of glitter. So again, a big blob on the middle, and I'm spreading it to all of the edges, doming it slightly with my silicone tool. Once I have this covered, I'm going to let it sit just for a couple of seconds to level out, and for any of the bubbles that might be there just to pop. Now I'm going to add some ultrafine glitter. This is Dazzling Diamonds Holographic, and I'm just tapping off what's on the lid, and then I'm going to cure that. If you haven't got a laser printer, you can still do it. This is just standard copy paper and an inkjet printer. So I'm going to show you how you can make the ghosts. They'll look a little different, but it will still work. This is some packing tape, and I'm going to use that to cover the front of the ghost. So obviously I have the wide one. If you can get that and you can cover the whole of your image in one go, so much the better. If not, you can always use the contact paper that you get for covering. We used to cover our school books with it. So I'm just going to smooth this over the surface of the ghost. And I've got a little tiny bit of his arm uncovered, but that'll be all right. So I'll cut this off and make sure that this is nice and smooth. So I'm going to rub that down with the handle of my scissors, because that's what I have handy. You can always use a squeegee if you have one. So I've gone ahead and done the other one as well. And I do have a little bit of a crease here. That's okay. I'm just going to smooth that out as best I can with my fingers. It won't matter too much. Make sure that it is all burnished down, and then I can cut this out. So I'm going to cut around this shape. This is going to make it a lot easier for me to put the resin on the back, and that's going to soak into the paper. Now that's not something we normally want, because it does change the way your image looks like, but we actually want a slightly transparent ghost. Okay, now that's cut out. I want this to be as flat as possible. I'm just going to straighten this out by running this through my nails. I'm sort of scraping my nail on the back, and it's making it nice and straight. And now I can cover the back with the UV resin. But first I need some gloves. I'm going to cover the back with a clear UV resin, and this is a brand that I got from Amazon. I've just decanted it into a smaller bottle, and I'm spreading this out using a brush. It's fine to use brushes as long as you clean them afterwards using some alcohol, and make sure that you wipe them on a paper towel, and then you can reuse them as many times as you want. Now, as I'm spreading this out, you can see the image starting to come through. It is making the paper not quite transparent, translucent. That's fine, that's what we want with a ghost. So I'm just going to carry on spreading this out, and it is getting a little bubbly, so I'm going to let it sit and give it time to soak in and for those bubbles to calm down. And then I'm going to start to cure it by holding my lamp far away so that this stops it from curling up quite so much. I'm also going to hold it down with my microbrush stick. And this should mean that it will be a little bit flat. It's never going to be perfectly flat, but it will help it to be a little bit flatter. As it cures, I will start to drop the lamp down closer to it and then just leave it on top of it until it is completely cured. So the back is all sealed now. That has one coat on it, and I will give that another coat later. But I want to add some glitter to the front of this, and UV resin is not going to stick onto that sellotape. It is super shiny, so I'm going to use this nail file just to remove the shine and add what they call a key, something to grip onto. So I'm just going to rub this over the surface and take off the shine and make it matte. This will help the UV resin to stick here a little bit better, and then I can add some glitter. I'll just clean off the dust, and then I'm going to add a blob of UV resin to the middle. I'm just going to use my glove to spread this out because it's quicker. I just need a thin layer on the top, and then I can drop some of the glitter on in the same way that I did before. Well, I've got quite a bit on there, but never mind. And then I'll cure that. So now I want to make the base of my wreath, and this is the mould I'm using. You want a coaster that's got a raised edge. It's only the lip that I'm going to use. You can use epoxy for this, but for time's sake, I'm using the rest of the UV resin that I use for the ghosts, and I've just added some more clear UV. I've also heated this up so it's a little bit more liquid, and I'm going to add some of the Dazzling Diamonds glitter to that. I'll put a good amount in there, and then I can mix that around. So I've made it more liquid so that it will flow into the edge a little bit more easily. So I'm going to carefully try and fill that up. And that was pretty good because I am not left-handed. So I'll go all the way around once, trying to avoid getting it on the centre. And I certainly don't want to build it up any higher than that. Just using my heat gun to chase that around, make sure that there aren't any bubbles in there. And then I can top that up. I'll go around with the microbrush stick to make sure that there are no bubbles, and then I'll cure it. I can demould it now, and that looks pretty good. It does, however, have a dip on the back. There's like a little channel, so I need to fill that and level that out. So I'm going to add a layer of UV resin, just go all the way round, dome it slightly. This will neaten up the back and also make it a little bit stronger. So once I've filled this up, again I need to cure this. And now I can put my wreath together. I've just laid it out, and here are my little ghosts, and I need to fix them on. And I'm going to use the UV bonding resin from Let's Resin. I'll put a couple of drops onto the ring. It takes between 10 and 15 seconds for this to cure, and the kit comes with its own USB chargeable UV torch. Now my ghost might be a little bit too translucent to get that light through, but the ring underneath is transparent, and as long as I get the light to it, that should cure and hold this ghost in place. And there we go. So now I just have to do the same for all the other ghosts and attach them to the ring. So I'm just attaching the last one now, and this is the one that is most curved out of all of them. So I'm just going to lift this up, and I'm going to shine the light from underneath, and then once I've made sure that they are attached, I'm going to pop this underneath my UV lamp and make sure that there is no chance of there being any raw resin anywhere. Okay, under the lamp. I've got some LED lights with a very small battery pack, and I got these from Temu, and I've chosen to wrap this around so that they're not embedded in the lights. Then if anything goes wrong and they break, I can just replace them at a future date. So I'm just going to weave the wire around and in and out of the ghosts and around that ring, and I'll use a little bit of blue tack or something just to hold the battery pack in place behind the ghost. Okay, I've got the lights all the way around and most of the bulbs are behind the ghost, and I've also got some of this glittery mesh ribbon which is part of my Christmas gift wrap. So I've tied a few pieces together and I'm going to use that to hang the wreath, and the rest of it I'm going to again wrap around like I did the lights, and hopefully it will meet at the bottom and then I can just tie a bow. And here it is, all finished. Cute little ghosts. I only do cute Halloween, not scary Halloween, and this definitely fits my bill. So I hope you've liked this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't. You can scan that QR code on the screen. You'll help my channel. It's free to do, and you'll be able to come back and see what I'm going to make next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.